Hey, everybody. I'm here with Ted McLyman, the author of Discover Your Money Temperament, a common sense guide to financial security. Ted, welcome.
Hey, it's a pleasure to be back, and I'm glad you got tabs on that book. That means you're using it as something other than a coaster. That's a good deal.
I am. I think this book, I'm into it a few chapters, and I really love it. I talked to my wife about getting her a copy. She says, well, why get a copy for me? You have a copy. And I said, well, I mark it all up. I mean, I really do.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
You know, that brings up a good point. That book
Uh-huh.
is designed to be turned into a manual, your own personal manual, taking notes on it, highlight it, and there's a place in the back. But glad you figured that out. Good.
Yeah. I forgot to mention who I am, as if it really matters, but I'm Doug Fine, and I'm the principal of Defined Performance Solutions. I'm headquartered in Augusta, Georgia, as is Ted, and I am a performance consultant. So Ted, thank you. We're going to talk about, already did the introduction, and today it's all about chapter one. And chapter one is crazy money, stupid money. Now,
Yeah.
I love how you are in it with me, because you even do some admission that you've been crazy and stupid with money. So we're simpatico that way, and probably talk about people are crazy and stupid with money, right?
Oh yeah, we're not wired to do well with money, and one of the tenets of the principle of the book is that humans are just not hardwired to work with money. And as we work through the book, part one talks about why, the biology, the belief set, and the culture, and part two is the solution, which is the money behavior system. But crazy money, stupid money, I needed, when I was writing this book, I did not want to write an economics book. I did not want to write a book with a lot of numbers and graphs. This is a book for people that don't read money books. This is not a book about money. It's a book, and it's a self-help manual, if you will, to survive in the mall. That was what I was thinking, because in our culture, we have these edifices built to consumption. Sports stadiums, shopping malls, online websites, and they're there for one thing: to help us spend money. So when I bring this all together, my whole point is to create a something that people understand, that puts them in a position that they go, wow, I've been there, but I've never thought of it this way.
Mm-hmm. Great. Hey, so let's go back to this mall. Talk about why you use the experience. You tell a little story in chapter one, why you use the experience of going to a shopping mall, and how does that explain a little bit about your theory about money behavior and money temperament?
Okay, when I started doing this book, I mean, I've taught economics and I was a personal financial planner for a long time, so I get that piece of it. But the challenge I have is, in the book, I wanted to make this a narrative, that there are the little vignettes through the entire book that you can put yourself into and go, wow, been there, done that. And the book starts initially with a friend, and you're going to the mall. The person has to pick something up at say Macy's, and you get the choice of either staying in the car or going to the mall. Well, you go to the mall. You're not going to stay in the car. Well, when you go into the mall, as soon as you walk in, you're being bombarded. All your senses, your eyes, your ears, the smells, the look, the feel. And it's amazing how a good store just conspires against you to find your weak parts in your feeling mind to go, I need that, I need that, I need that. And it's designed that as you walk through the store, you've got to go through all this stuff. And it looks good, and it smells good, and it's, the light's just right. There might be the right music on. And in most cases, you're either going to be primed to buy something, or non-consciously you go, ooh, I knew I needed that. I'm here. Why don't I pick it up?
Wow.
So in a situation, you had no intention of spending any money. You had no intention of actually going to the mall, but you end up at the mall and you spend money. Mm-hmm. Why? Because we're human, and we're always doing human things with our money. And that's why at the end of the month, we sometimes have more money than we have money.
There you go. I just it just dawned on me today, Ted, when I was preparing for this chapter 1, is this idea. And you said it before I was going to share it, but the bottom line is, we have shopping malls, and they, like you said, they're edifices to shop. That's why we
Yeah.
go there. And what percentage of everything on the shelf in every store of a shopping mall, what percentage is actually needed by humans? And I would say maybe 10%, and that's being generous, but maybe 5% is actually essential
Yeah.
to sustain life and to
Oh
sustain
yeah.
life. So
Really,
other
really
than
good
that,
point.
it's all recreational after that.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. It's funny if we were truly rational, we would all wear the same style clothing. We would all drive the same car. We would all do pretty much the same thing because a suit's a suit's a suit. And okay, everybody's got a navy blue suit. And you don't care if it's got big lapels or little lapels. Or for that matter, why do you need a suit? You can have something, even you can go with a t-shirt.
A t-shirt.
So the point being is, yeah, our entire consumer-driven marketplace has evolved to create a strong emotional need for things we didn't know we needed.
You are
And the
so
way our
nice.
brains are wired.
You are so nice to say it's evolved. That's really cool, because what I was going to say is our brains have been we've been brainwashed to do this kind of thing.
It's a conspiracy.
Yeah.
And when we look at that stuff, what happens, it becomes incredibly difficult to fight this because our brains were designed to keep us alive and pass on our genes. Our brains evolved eons ago to keep us alive in the forest, so when we have to cross the savannah hunting for food, we don't become somebody else's food in the process. So our brain is quick, it's reactive, it doesn't think, it just does stuff. And that's what and the other thing is it's laced with drugs, and the drug of choice is called dopamine. Dopamine is the feel-good neurotransmitter that it's that anticipation of going to the mall, of the last experience, and it feels good, and I want to do it.
You know what else?
Spend the money.
You know what else the anticipation is? You're anticipating the next chapter, because chapter 3 is you're not good with money, and it does discuss the neuroscience of shopping and money. So we're going to get that in chapter 3.
Yeah, maybe we can get into
chapter 2.
Into that a little later, but it's the bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, the bottom line is you need situational awareness. So when you go someplace, realize that you are primed to spend as soon as you go into the place, and the place is designed to help you spend.
You know what I thought, Ted, in preparation, and when you were talking about the smells and the lights and all that thing in a shopping mall, I grew up in San Jose, California, and we had a great mall called Valley Fair. That was the closest one to the house. And doggone it, if they didn't have like a caramel corn, they called it caramel corn. It was a brand, and you could just smell the popcorn and the warm caramel, almost throughout the mall. And doggone it, if we didn't go there, we had to get our caramel corn at the mall. That's just and I'm sure it was by design in some way. They knew that it was a great place to put a caramel corn store.
There's a reason every mall has a food court. And somebody's always selling pretzels.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I just bought this very expensive thing, and now I'm going to go celebrate by having a great meal and talking about it.
Yeah, it's to make it a feel-good experience, and we're suckers for that as humans. We're wired that way. I mean, if it wasn't, you wouldn't go. But the whole point of the book is to make sure that we understand that we are not well wired to defend ourselves against this, and hopefully through the follow-on discussions that I'll be able to unwind why, and then give you some tools to fix it.
I appreciate it so much, Ted. We're just done with the first chapter, which is called Crazy Money, Stupid Money. I'm with Ted McLyman, the author of Discover Your Money Temperament, a common sense guide to financial security. Ted, we'll see you next time for chapter 3, and basically chapter 2. Basically, it says you're not good with money. You're just you're not good with money. So I'm in that club of not being good with money. And I look forward to chapter 2 with you, Ted, in the next time we get together. Thank you.
Pleasure. Looking forward to it. Take care.
You too.